Hey everyone, I just have a message. I just had a crazy encounter that I just had to share with you guys. And so hopefully it acts as a message of encouragement for you guys. So, about a month ago or so, my daughter had actually broken her thumb while she was playing at after school care. And so as she broke her thumb, like right when I was pulling up to the daycare, right? Like it had just happened. And so as she's coming to me, she's panicking. She's in a state of shock, right? So now obviously I'm a believer, so I'm, raising my daughter up as a believer. So we read the Bible together, we go to church together, we, sing worship songs, all that stuff together. And so as she's in a state of panic, she's running up to me and she's obviously in shock, right? You could see her eyes kind of like glossing over. And so one of the things that she's saying is, I can't believe I broke my thumb. Mommy, look, I broke my thumb. Why didn't the holy angels protect me? Had they told me that this was going to happen, I wouldn't have been playing on the jungle gym. Why would they let this happen? And so as a mom, this absolutely crushed me because I didn't know how to answer her question. Because obviously, as adults, right, we know that just because you're a believer, doesn't mean that you're not going to have any hardships or tribulations or things like that, right? Not everything is just, rainbows and unicorns. And so I didn't know how to answer her. And so obviously, we have to go to, the emergency room, all this kind of stuff. Well, that night I had prayed that, God, I just want her to have an encounter with you of her own directly, right? Because I kind of feel like one of the things that I feel like were like the foundation of my atheism when I was younger was that God wasn't real to me, right? He was more of a chore. It was like, we go up to church every Sunday because my parents go to church Sunday. And then when they started having, back issues and stuff like that, schedules and all that kind of stuff, issues, we stopped going to church. And, we didn't really have Bibles of our own. We weren't reading the Bibles together as a family or anything like that. And so he wasn't real to me. He was more of a chore. And so I was like, Lord, I want her to have an encounter with you of her own so she knows you're real. Okay. I kid you not, guys. The following day, I pick her up from daycare, from after school care, and we're on my couch. And we're about to, usually when I get her from daycare, I'm just kind of chilling on the couch, starting to read my Bible for a little bit. And so that's what we're about to do, except she tells me that she hears God and that he wants her to meditate. And she feels like he wants her to meditate right now. Now, for a kid to make it make sense to her, meditation, I call it meditation, but really what it is we sit down in a room, we put on our eye masks so that it's nice and dark and quiet, and we basically close our eyes and we ask God a question and we just wait for him to answer. And so that's what we mean by meditate. And so she's like, I feel like he wants us to do that right now. So I'm like, okay, well, bet, say let's go do it. And so we do that, guys, and I kid you not, he takes my daughter into an open trance. And so she takes off her eye mask, all dramatic, and she's like, I see angels. I'm like, what? Like, how many angels? Now, mind you, I've already had my fair share encounter of, demons, angels, even God. And so I'm just curious as to what she's seeing. And so I'm like, what? Like, how many angels do you see? And so she's literally counting them out. Like, she's moving her head and counting them out. And she says she sees 12. Now, there were two baby angels, and then she sees the 10 other tall angels. And so she's like, yeah, like, there's a couple sitting next to you. One's actually sitting down, one's laying down next to you. I had asked her, what's their names, right? And I'm gonna have to take a picture and show you guys. And I'm so glad. This is why I tell people to write down your dreams, your visions, your encounters. Okay, time, date, the day, everything. And so I'll have to take a picture of my dream journal. But when I ask her what the angel's name is, one of them at least, she gives it to me. Now, this is a name that I hadn't told her before, and it happened like 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember the date off my head. I have to grab my dream journal. But when I was encountering that angel and he gave me his name, I didn't hear it all the way. And so I only wrote down part of it. And so she gives me his full name and it just confirmed and blew my mind. And so, anyways, the angels tell her to open up my bedroom door because there's more of us. And so she opens up the door and she sees angels in my bathroom. She sees angels in the kitchen, almost like they were like cleaning, almost like kind of like tidying up the place. She sees angels on my couch. She said that one was kind of laying down, reading the Bible, which I thought was crazy. From my balcony, you could see where my car was parked. So she's saying that she sees angels guarding my balcony, guarding my car, even guarding my dog's crate door. And so I just thought that was mind blowing. And so as she's telling me this, a small portal, she says it's like a small portal opened up on my living room floor. And she says that she saw two demons stabbing each other and then the portal closed. Now, one thing to note, just in my experience of God, is he doesn't dabble in half truths. Okay, the Bible says, all that is what's done in the dark shall come into the light, and then there's nothing hidden that won't be revealed, right? And so he is not somebody that just reveals anything halfway. He reveals everything in its entirety. Okay, and so I believe what he did for her was to show her, not only are you backed by angels, you're backed by God. Yes, you are protected. You're under my protection. But he also wanted to show her to essentially be wise because hell is a real place. Okay, and so basically what he's showing her is hell is a real place. So now that you know this, be wise, be obedient, that kind of thing. But at the same time, because she is, only 7, gave her the comfort of knowing, yes, you are protected, and yes, I'm real, and yes, my holy angels are real, right? And so I just thought that was so beautiful. My dog is starting to whine now. I'm sorry. So I just thought that was something that was so beautiful. I hope it's encouraging to you guys, with the point being that pray, pray, pray. Okay, even when you think that he's not around, when you think that he's not hearing you, when you think that, you're like, oh, this is stupid, I'm just talking to myself, pray the prayer, because he's a God that answers. He's a real God, so you should be real with him. When you're praying, give him your frustrations, your heartbreak, your pain, your complaints, your gripes. Okay, I promise you, he is a real God with real emotions. Okay, you are created in his image, so just like you have real emotions, he has emotions. And so be real with him, and I promise you, he will answer. Okay, he's a God that never fails, and he is near the brokenhearted. So there it is. There's my message of encouragement. I hope it strengthens you guys. Okay, I hope that you guys go meet God and be real with him, and see that he is real too. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Go in peace. I love you guys.